It hasn't reduced the impact that he has in the early game. The control aspect of it, even though it does a little bit less damage, well, half as much damage, certainly not just a little bit less. He still can set up for a great number of kills, peel very effectively for your carries, and his ultimate has high value in every stage of the game, taking Roshan, contesting towers, pushing towers, going up high ground, in team fights. It's just an incredibly flexible hero that I very commonly see removed. Nyx Assassin and Tidehunter have also been banned out. Nyx Assassin and Tide, both very strong offlaners. Nyx also an incredibly annoying roaming support. Tidehunter, the AoE Ravage, of course, with the Refresher Shard being introduced, sometimes that comes into play, but Ravage just such a strong spell on its own, a massive AoE stun, fair amount of damage, he's hard to kill in lane, and Hefflex banned out the Tusk, a roaming support hero. Speaking of roaming supports, eLusiV have banned out the ever so elusive Bounty Hunter. He can make mid lane, or really any lane, a living nightmare for so many of the popular heroes right now. Shadow Fiend especially, and Tinker both hate that hero. He is very, very good against the two of them and can help an early game lead turn into an early game victory thanks to track goal. Now Hefflex waiting on their third and final ban. eLusiV will have the first pick, so Earthshaker banned out by Hefflex, but this does leave heroes like Rubik, Bane, Earth Spirit available, and eLusiV could potentially pick those up. So we'll have to see what they decide to opt for in their first pick, but Hefflex will be able to rebuttal with two heroes of their own.
10 seconds remain.
They're taking a little bit of time, but it looks like they are going to go with a Witch Doctor, another very popular support at the moment. High impact early game. I usually see them ignore Voodoo Restoration until they get max Malediction. The Maledict turns tanky heroes into not so tanky heroes. The damage it does is very substantial, and it's very easy for him himself to contribute that damage to the Maledict. He doesn't really need someone else to hit these other heroes after level 6. After level 6, he can just hit you with his Maledict, throw a cask, and death towards you, and that could just kill you. Disruptor, unsurprisingly, picked up by Hefflex. Another one of those very flexible, very popular supports, and can very already just counters the Witch Doctor a fair amount. Pretty easy to cancel his ult with a glimpse, to throw a Static Storm as well that will shut him down pretty hard. So a good overall hero, also good defensive in the he's good at both things. He's good at defending his cores as well as setting up for kills with that glimpse and the kinetic field. So I do like that hero. We have seen it rather regularly, and I think it's already, I think the first pick Disruptor is a little bit better than a first pick Witch Doctor, but just having your support shutdown isn't so bad, and Witch Doctor can always buy like a Blink Dagger to position much more creatively to use that Death Ward, make it a lot harder to find out where that is. Maybe even go, if you can't afford a Blink Dagger, just go an Aether Lens to get you a good distance away, hide behind the trees while you launch that, while you let the Death Ward go. Hefflex now waiting on their second pick. If they were to go another support, Rubik available, but I don't think that's a particularly good support duo. They may want something a little bit more aggressive. Earth Spirit still in the pool, because that's up for quite a lot of kills. And forgive me, I am drinking some coffee before this game starts. But Hefflex are going to go with a Vengeful Spirit. I do like that quite a lot. It's not the best aggressive support out there, but Magic Missile, Wave of Terror, she's just pretty well rounded. Swap also. Again, difficult for this Witch Doctor now to really get that Death Ward going. Not to say it'll be impossible. I'm sure it'll happen at least once or twice in this game. Death Ward cooldown extremely short, but Hefflex have a very safe-looking support duo. Meanwhile, eLusiV are going to pick up the Ogre Magi if we're talking about safe supports. He is an immovable wall in lane. Very, very, very difficult to trade with, if not impossible for a lot of heroes to trade with. He has some of the highest base HP regen in the game, and I think he has 8 armor. His base damage is very high. He can buy an Orb of Venom. If he throws an Ignite on you, there's practically no way to trade against this guy. One of the most dangerous heroes for offlaners to deal with in the early game. Sven banned out by Hefflex. Phantom Lancer by eLusiV, a good call. They don't really have, their supports are terrible against Phantom Lancer. And Sven with Ogre pairs very, very well. Tinker banned out by Hefflex. The mid that, I'm pretty sure he is the most hated hero right at this moment. Maybe Techies, but Techies isn't in Captain's mode, so. Arc Warden also pretty widely disliked, but not as much as Tinker. Our Gordon's like a worse Tinker. Chaos Knight then banned out by eLusiV, so Hefflex looking for an offlaner and their cores. However, this could be a super cheeky, super sneaky core Vengeful Spirit. I have seen that a couple times. I do like that as a draft trick where, okay, they're you know, let's ban out a bunch of safe laners. Oh, it's a core Venge, and they pick up some good support that was left in the pool, some hard counter pick that you weren't expecting. So I wonder if they'll do that. It mostly depends on what eLusiV picks than what Hefflex picks. If they want, though, and they have a Venge, they could go for a Drow strat, or they could pick something like a Luna to go with the Venge aura if they wanted to really capitalize on that. But I'm not so sure that's what they'll do. Hefflex do grab the Dragon Knight, though. I really like what they're doing with their draft. It's just so safe, so well-rounded. One thing that a lot of teams do in amateur leagues, in tournaments like this, which are more or less just for fun, is they'll attempt to emulate
10 seconds
what is successful at higher levels of play. But Hefflex, or they'll pick like these really kind of janky drafts, janky heroes, hard to execute, hard to play. But Hefflex have picked very simple heroes, and so have eLusiV with that Razor. There is a very low. What's the word I'm looking for? Very low skill floor in these, and I'm trying to sound like I'm not flaming them, which it totally sounds like I am. But what I'm trying to say is these drafts are really easy to execute. You have very straightforward maneuvers that you're going to be making with these two teams, with the Dragon Knight, Venge Disruptor, and the Razor Ogre Witch Doctor. So you can't be like, oh, we're playing Earth Spirit. Oh, I missed the kick, and then the kill is gone. It's like, no, we have point-and-click stuns. We have a glimpse. We have a kinetic field. Those kinds of things where, or it's like, you know, a TA mid. Oh, I missed my meld strike, and now my damage is kind of crippled because of it. But it's so, there's like very little error possible. The Outward Devourer, of course, does increase that room for error, although he's not too terribly difficult to play. Those banishes with his team also will allow for some great setup to protect teammates from like Witch Doctor ults, from Razor ults. Also pop it on the Razor while he is channeling his leash, and you can snap it. This is likely a safe lane Dragon Knight because of this. I really do like the OD. It scales phenomenally well. And Hefflex, their draft is just looking really well-rounded. They have good AoE. Their team fight is going to be nice. They have amazing single-target lockdown. They push towers very effectively thanks to the Venge Aura, thanks to the Dragon Knight. They have a lot going for them. eLusiV, though, at the same time, they have great team fight. They have amazing single-target lockdown. Their AoE a little bit lacking at the moment, but now they shored that weakness up real quick, picking up a Luna. Another one of those very popular cores. Hefflex going to be looking for their offlaner, eLusiV. The same could be said for them, unless it is an offlane Razor. Not too common, but against, yeah, I don't know if they want to run the offlane Razor. That sounds like a pretty bad idea, actually. So both teams will be looking for their offlaners. So Batrider is a good option for Hefflex. eLusiV do not have a lot of counters to it. In fact, Hefflex have all those bat counters. They have the Venge. They have the Outworld. Hefflex going to ban out a Night Stalker, though. Would have been a fine pick. Goes great with the Luna. Luna does have really good night vision, so hard to gank her, especially if there's a Night Stalker on her team. eLusiV, I think they should ban out the Bat. Bat looks like it's going to be really, really good with Hefflex, if Hefflex do want to go it. They have ways to get vision with the Vengeful Spirit. They have great follow-up damage and follow-up control. There aren't any Bat counters on eLusiV. You can't swap. You can't glimpse. You can't banish. There's nothing to protect eLusiV's heroes from the Batrider lasso. So I do really like that. In fact, they have lots of setup for it. They can set up stuns, then Batrider can just walk up, grab a lasso, and drag them back through the Firefly. eLusiV, on the other hand, with Tidehunter banned, things are a little more difficult for them finding a solid offlaner. But I always space on what heroes are available in a particular role. I don't know why. I'm going to say for eLusiV, if Hefflex were to go for Batrider, Batrider is really bad for eLusiV. There's so many counters to it that he's not really going to get to do anything, I don't think. eLusiV could go, unless they do 2-1-2s and then pick like another greedy core. Faceless Void would have been decent for them, but they do ban it out. Actually, Faceless Void would have been pretty rough for them. Same reasons. Glimpse, Banish, Static Storm, Swap. Lots of ways to protect their heroes in the Chronosphere. So I do like that. Night Stalker would have been fine for them, but of course it is banned out. Nyx Assassin also banned out, would have been a decent pick as well.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm trying to think. Clockwork's available. Hookshot, but again, against the Glimpse, it's really hard to commit with those kinds of abilities. Darkseer would be okay, I think.
Team pick.
But they're going to go with the Puck. Another one of those safer people. Gives them great AoE. Added layer of control. The Dream Coil is going to be very nice. The Silence is going to be phenomenal. And it gives them some more mid-game team fight. Both these teams are going to come online relatively early. Both teams scale very, very well. Luna and OD are some of the hardest scaling heroes in the game. Hefflex, though, looking for their offlaner. I still believe in that Batrider. I think it would be a great pick for them if they do have someone who plays the hero. There's just... I guess eLusiV do have a Dream Coil to slap on him if he does grab, like, the Luna or something. So it's a little more difficult, but Hefflex are going to grab a Viper. So it looks like Hefflex may perhaps be going for an off-lane Dragon Knight, and we'll be seeing what they actually decide to do with their lanes here in just a second in this first game of the Join Dota League. Hefflex versus eLusiV. I do not know if this is a best of 3 or best of 2. I'm not sure if this is group stage or playoff, I should say. I'll have to ask that after this game, but we're getting settled in. Everyone's picking their heroes, and the game will be getting underway very, very shortly. And looking at these drafts, Hefflex don't have like a hard offlaner. They don't have a hero really attuned to the role. They could probably get away with the Dragon Knight in the offlane. They might put Viper there because he's really hard to trade against, or they run an aggressive tri-lane with the Razor, run OD mid, and then just fight up against the Luna. So we'll see if that does actually occur. But since we're on the Radiant side of the map, I guess we'll take a quick look at these Radiant players. On Outworld Devour is Based Bob playing the Vengeful Spirit, is Liquid Gas Viper being played by Invincible Omega, Sploogie playing the Dragon Knight, and Disruptor Nigalas. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Luna being played by Ty Lopez, TCJ playing the Witch Doctor, Stellar Scone on the Puck, Starboy playing the Ogre, and Gal Gadot playing the Razor. These lanes are... So if they aggressive tri-lane on this side of the map, like with the... Trying to guess the lanes before they occur, maybe put... They gave a ward to the Dragon Knight, so I think he's off-laning. But I think what you do is you send him to the safe lane, you send OD mid, and you run an aggro try with Viper, Venge, Disruptor against the Luna, Ogre, Witch Doctor. It wouldn't be an easy lane at all, but I think you could probably snag a couple kills, so we'll have to see what they actually end up doing with it. While they're paused, I will be right back. Never mind, we're unpausing. I just forgot to refill my water before the game started. Feels kind of bad, but the game is underway, and we'll see what they do with these lanes. I'm very curious. Yeah, it looks like Sploogie is going to be going into the off lane, and against this tri lane, it's going to be an incredibly uncomfortable experience for him. I definitely don't anticipate him having a good time. Sorry, I had to wrap up the last of that coffee. Some spam pings going out to the bot lane from Witch Doctor and from Razor, perhaps thinking that they want to go for this, want to try to contest this rune. Would be very difficult to do. There's a lot of, like, just the magic missile and the astral imprisonment, and perhaps it's OD safe lane. I think they can get away with this. If OD is 1v1 against Razor, you can leave him alone. And I love that so much. I love casting games for people. And I used to play in amateur leagues, and whenever my games got casted, it was just the most exciting thing. So I hope that I do a good enough job that it's a good first experience. And some friendly banter coming out that I just love to see this kind of thing. As long as there's no all-chat Flamerino, I love the friendly banter. So it looks like both teams going to be securing the other side's safe lane, or I should say off lane bounty runes. So these runes are going to go 2 to either side. We're going to be seeing Puck up against the Viper, and they are going to be doing an off-lane Razor. And again, they can leave OD alone in this 1v1. Eventually, Razor actually lanes reasonably well against Outworld Devourer because his static link does not break during the Astral Imprisonment, and it's such a short range imprisonment until he maxes it, and he does. They'll max it. It's gonna be difficult for him. So now Razor placing a ward, trying to block some camps so that there's no pulls, and hopefully that doesn't get dewarded for his sake. Otherwise, this will be even more difficult. There aren't any sentries on the side of eLusiV, so. Or sorry, on the side of Hefflex. I don't know. I'm getting these teams confused. My apologies. So Gal will at least hopefully be able to get a little bit of XP, but it looks like the way the creep equilibrium is being managed is that he might not. He's going to get zoned out. He has his link, but doesn't want to try to fight up against these guys. Meanwhile, at the top lane, Spoochie getting beat down by this Ogre and the Witch Doctor. The cast coming out, he's pretty low, but he's very tanky. 6 armor. Doesn't have Dragon's Blood just yet. Started with that Breathe Fire, perhaps regretting doing so, as now he won't be able to regen up. He needs to get that level 2, get that Dragon Blood, and then he'll be safe. But with this Luna Aura coming out, Denies are going to be coming out in force against him, and he really won't be getting any CS. The Lucent Beam harass, the Ignite harass. There's just a lot of harass onto this Dragon Knight. So Splugie has his work cut out for him here, and yeah, there's another Lucent Beam, there's an Ignite, and again, without that Dragon Blood, his regen really isn't that significant. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the Puck versus the Viper. I don't see this matchup too often. Usually we see Pucks go off lane versus mid. Viper, a very dominant hero in his lanes. But I think Puck will be mostly fine. And Dragon Knight actually getting low up at top. Ogre chasing him down. Starboy trying to find that first blood. But Splugie just barely surviving. And now a TP from the Vengeful Spirit. Magic Missile is available. He does steal that, and that bounty rune, but Starboy gonna walk off that Magic Missile. And Splugie running out of tangos, and no Dragon's Blood just yet. Things are looking difficult for this Dragon Knight. Perhaps an aggressive tri-lane is in order, but now going to be very risky to do so, as they'll have the Shiros behind. Malediction also up now, and the pole going to make getting XP even harder for Splugie, especially as his bounty rune is continually stolen by Starboy. But Liquid Gas is now up here, and it's just Disruptor and OD against the Razor. This does give a lot of space to Gal, though. He'll be very happy with that, but getting your Dragon Knight caught up is very important. However, Splugie forced all the way back because he's out of regen. Uh-oh. Liquid Gas could be in trouble. The Ignite coming out, getting slowed. The Malediction as well, the Fire Blast, and this looks like it's trouble. This looks like it's first blood. One more right click, and the Doctor is in. TCJ finds first blood, and Venge trying to do whatever she can to help, but unfortunately, this ward makes it hard to help, and she's spotted out of position and killed off quickly by the support duo of eLusiV. Denied. The drain from the Razor steals 73 damage from the OD. He's doing nothing, and now they need to be careful. Gal going to be hitting like a truck. And yeah, Nicholas needs to be cautious, taking so much damage, and he doesn't have a glimpse. One more whip does the trick. Gal finds that kill. The Magic Missile is available, but the Link is still there. They might find him, but they don't have a Wave of Terror. They don't know where he is. He's TPing out. Venge has the Magic Missile, but not going to be able to find him in time. The Tree Vision cuts him off, and now up at top, Splugie does find his level 2, gets that Dragon Blood, but a great play. And perhaps a mistake coming out from this Disruptor. Nigalos starting the Kinetic Field at level 2 instead of the Glimpse. Although I don't know how much that would have helped him. Liquid Gas, there's the Magic Missile, snags a Bounty Rune, but the Static Link coming in needs to be careful. A lot of damage going to be stolen from this Venge. I don't know if she can chase him down, but she is taking so much damage. He has his boots too, but so does Venge. Now they need to be careful. They throw out a Banish. They have a static field, or a kinetic field. But Gal with 112 stolen damage is lethal, and Witch Doctor TPing down to this lane also could set up with 2 points in that Malediction for some quick kills. Spoogie still getting zoned out by Starboy. This ward allowing him to throw out ignites from a distance and relative safety. The mid lane, things are going fairly well for this Viper. He's only a little bit behind this Puck, and I don't think Puck can kill him. Oh, speaking of kills at the bot, they do find that Razor. So a good kill for them down here. And Razor mostly killed off by the Astral Imprisonment, it would seem. And actually, man, another kill up top. These offlaners are dropping like flies. And soon, Luna at level 5. She hasn't pointed anything since level 3. Likely to get another point in Lunar Blessing and probably a 3rd point in Lucent Beam. So when she hits 6, can get that Eclipse. Level 3 on Starboy, 2 points in the Ignite. Spoogie really going to be struggling. The Lucent Beam coming out, he's slowed up. And now Starboy just going to chase him down. The Breathe Fire will reduce some of that damage a little bit, but that Ignite just taking him down. The lane's going very, very poorly for Hefflex. eLusiV having a great time, though. Ty, top of the CS with 38. And yet another kill that I miss. Surprising that does occur, but the Viper Strike damage is pretty significant. Got to keep my eyes up on the HP up here. Speaking of, Spoogie getting very low. Ty just going to chase him down. This level 2 Dragon Knight does nothing against the Luna. So Ty having a really fantastic game. And this Luna going to be some problems. She's very far ahead CS-wise, and it looks like they're going after Razor. The Magic Missile does come out. He does have Drain. Gal only stole 42 damage, but did steal it from the Outworld Devourer, so not a ton of damage. But that 1 point in the Arcane Orb will help do some more damage. Gal going to look for some runes. Bounty Rune claimed down here. His block was dewarded, but man, another kill. Ty pops that Eclipse. Spoogie has the Maledict down and needs to be careful, but no mana on Ty means he should be just fine. This top lane, a complete disaster. And this Luna still hasn't pointed up another point in the Lucent Beam or the Blessing just yet. Interesting. Now caught in the kinetic field. The cast bouncing around, stuns up 2. Maledict on the Nigalas. The Lucent Beam getting him low. He maybe ticks down to this, or just barely survives. It looks like he might. He does have the Tango, which will reduce the damage it deals, but this last tick, he should survive this. He should survive this. Just barely, but he survives this. And now a dive on to base Fob. The defensive banish not going to do the trick. His Stellar Scode finds that kill with the Illusory Orb.
Is under fire.
Meanwhile, Viper trying to shove mid, create space for his team. He is level 8, and the Puck, I believe, just level 6. So Viper having a great time. The mid lane going well for them. But CS-wise, Ty off to, again, a great start. This Luna going to be a problem. They definitely have answers to deal with it. They have great tools to isolate a given hero. A good Static Storm and a good Dragon Tail could lock her down and just get her killed off. It looks like they may make an effort for it, but no Dragon Tail just yet. I'm surprised he got 2 points in the Breathe Fire instead of a point in the Dragon Blood, but at the bot lane, oh man, in the mid, Stellar Scone goes killed off by, I did not expect that kill to happen at all. And sorry for all these T-Tors. Down bot the drain onto the OD. He's slowed up now, but Gal too low to pursue any further. I'm surprised he still hasn't skilled stuff up. Or there's a bug. I don't know. Because it looks like he hasn't skilled anything. Ping's coming out. They find the Ogre. Starboy needs to be careful. OD trying to chunk him down. Magic Missile is available. So is the Wave of Terror. It does connect. The Vengeance Orb. Wave of Terror not coming out just yet. It does now. And he's getting pretty low, but no ult on this Outworld. Means no Sanity's Eclipse to kill off the Ogre with a whole 19 intelligence. Although the OD ult level 1 not super significant. Ty, his ult up in just a few seconds. The cast bouncing out between these two heroes. This is the worst place for them to be. The Mask of Madness completed. Maledict connects on 2. Nigalas gonna go down. And Ty caught in that kinetic field. The final gift that Disruptor has for Spoogie. And Spoogie will be able to, perhaps not comfortably, but still be able to walk it off. And now needs to be cautious as the Luna ult is up. And he just went right for the Max Moonglaves. Waited, seeing what the state of the lane was. CC's so far ahead that He doesn't even care to get more points in that Lucent Beam. The cast comes out, but nothing is going to come of it. Disruptor trying to find something down at the bot, but unable to do so. Gal doing fine on this Razor down here. Things are going well for him, but mid, this Puck is struggling against the Viper, the Nether Dragon, and now atop a dive onto Sploogey, chased down by Luna, and killed off yet again. Now they need to be careful. She's just TPing out. No way they can kill her, and she's out of there. Back to her tower. 68 CS and 5k net worth of stun onto this Disruptor. A nice banish, but the glimpse back, I think that goes through the banish, so Razor removed from this fight. A good glimpse from Nicholas, and now at top it looks like they're after Sploogey again. This guy can't catch a break, and he's going to go down. One more right click, a mega kill for Ty. 5-0 and 1 on this Luna. The dragon is proverbially slain, well, literally slain. And now it looks like Gal going in onto base Bob. Base Bob could be in trouble trying to hide in the trees. His supports aren't here with him. The banish. He's trying to TP out, but they looks like they may just find him. The Fire Blast connects just in time, and OD Harbinger, well, it's the end of him. Base Bob killed off by Gal Gadot. Gadot? I just don't know how OT is pronounced in different cultures. It's a linguistics thing. Meanwhile, Ty just going to be going and farming up these stacks. Level 10, 2k more net worth than this Viper, and already done with the Mask of Madness. 300 gold away from a Dragon Lance. And this Dragon Knight only level 4. Things are looking very, very grim. Veil of Discord completed on the Puck will amplify the damage of Luna's Eclipse as well. And Ty going the full farming, full pushing build with those Moonglaves. eLusiV doing good work. Drums now completed on the Razor as well. Ogre gonna find his level 6 here in just a moment with that word, that tome. Luna though on the prowl. They see her. The guys with the magic missile. I don't know if they have the damage. He needs to get out of here. Gets caught by that. The Mask of Madness is on cooldown, so he's not as fast as he could be, and it looks like he will just back off. Doesn't want to risk being found. Viper is in the mid though, so won't be able to show up and kill him. Does go for the spell lifesteal. That's pretty standard Viper stuff.
I was meant to have this.
The Breathe Fire to reduce some damage. The cast going to bounce between Sploogey and Nicholas, and now Luna throws the Lucent Beam, and this Disruptor, he's done. But does it once again remove Luna. Makes things slightly better for Sploogey, but it looks like Ty doesn't care about diving these towers. We've seen more than once, but now Dire Courier killed off by Liquid Gas. Finds some retribution for his team. A 4k gold lead at just 12 minutes favoring eLusiV. This game beginning to slip away for Hefflex, but we'll see what happens when teamfights break out. They have an excellent teamfight combo with the Static Storm, Sanity's Eclipse. Really, that's all their team fight, but they do have a lot of lockdown, I should say. They can isolate a hero before BKBs come in. I mean, this Viper having a great game, too. Kills off the Ogre. And 2 levels ahead of Stellar Scone, but Luna level 11 as well. And his top tier 1, the first tower of the game claimed by Ty. And now that that tower is gone, we may see him roam around the map and try to find some more victims. Try to create space for his team around the map. He doesn't have the mana available for the Eclipse. The Wave of Terror, or the Dragon's Breath coming out to reduce his damage a little bit. But he's still so far ahead, 3k ahead of that Viper. Not something you want to see. Luna, a frightening force. And he has a gold lead, and now it looks like they're positioning for something. The Ignite coming out, slowing up this OD. A glimpse back, immediately breaks that chain. And they're going in onto Starboy. Starboy going after this, gets the Banish off. His kinetic field coming out. The drums. Ty Lopez, meanwhile, finds a kill up the top onto the Vengeful Spirit. But Luna getting gone on by this Viper. He does have Nether Strike, but Viper Strike, but not able to get in range to use it. Handamitis on the OD will help him catch up a little bit. Uh-oh, Starboy might find this Disruptor. He gets the Fire Blast, the Ignite coming out. Fortunately for Nicholas, he didn't get caught by a multicast Fire Blast, and the Banish should buy him some time. But Gal going in deep. He has spotted the Magic Missile. Going to connect after the swap, and Gal in serious trouble. Going to go down to the OD. Liquid Gas actually finds that last kill. The Plasma Field doing some damage. They have 19 seconds until the glimpse, but they might be able to chase him down. A Banish coming out, but onto himself. But they do get the magic missile off. The Wave of Terror coming out. The Ignite needs to be careful they don't have Glimpse. And Nicolas needs to back off. That Ignite damage beginning to tick him off. Tick him down, I should say. Ty Lopez continuing to press this tier 2 as well. So while they find a decent kill, Luna just continues to dominate her side of the map. She's finished her Force Staff, almost going to have that Hurricane Pike done, and then it's going to go right for a Butterfly. She's already got it level 13 as well, 2 points in the Eclipse. And now it looks like they're going to try to find this Viper. Viper caught in that Dream Coil, wants to finish that tower, and he does manage to get it. The Veil of Discord coming out, he snaps his coil, and he's like to give himself some whiplash as he's killed off during that stun. And now the tier 2 tower up at top killed off. Ty just continues pushing completely undisrupted this entire game. Spoogie pops his ult, a good banish coming out from OD. Luna does not have the Eclipse up, so this is their best time to kill her. Gets the Dragon Tail, and now caught in the kinetic field. They will finally kill this Luna, although she's turned. Pop the Mask of Madness. Spoogie getting low. The Claves bouncing, and man, that was a close one. A little too close for comfort, but they do get a significant kill on that Luna. And Based Fob finding that as well. But Vengeful Spirit killed off in the mid by Razor. But still, just for that one kill, they get a 1,300 gold swing. But Luna still 3K gold ahead of the next closest hero, Based Fob. Drums and Midas finished on this OD, grabbing the attack speed talent. Once it gets ultra late, he will be a pretty threatening. But I don't know if the game will last that long. The way it's going right now, eLusiV are just outplaying them everywhere. Maybe not everywhere. It's just Ty had such an amazing start on this Luna. What, he was 6-1-2, 146 CS at 15 minutes. It's kind of the dream. Also killed 2 T1 towers. His team claimed that mid tower as well, giving him even more gold to work with. And now turning his attention towards the bot lane, that final tier 1 tower. The Hurricane Pike, Mask of Madness already finished. Now he's turning his attention. He wants to grab a Butterfly that could be, during the time that he's buying that, it could be the window of opportunity for Hefflex, as it'll take a while for him to get the important pieces. And until he gets it, it's not that significant. I mean, the evasion item is, but he's not going for a BKB. He can be caught in a static storm. He can be stunned by a magic missile. He can be banished. They can control him and try to kill him off while he's locked down. Things coming out, they get a stun onto the Dragon Knight. Spoogie in serious trouble. Pops the Shrine doing what he can. The Viper Strike going to come out, a banish. The Eclipse though doing so much damage. 2 heroes. Base Bob going to go down to that Eclipse. And Luna turning her attention to other enemy heroes. He goes on to Disruptor. Disruptor getting solo, already dead. Dream Coil going to connect onto Viper. Viper in serious trouble. Snaps his coil and he's going to go down. A triple kill for Ty. 4 heroes dead in the blink of an eye. And all that's left is this Vengeful Spirit. Liquid Gas on the run. And their tier 2 will be going down. A massive fight going in favor of the Radiant Tide, finding 3 of those 4 kills. And a 1,900, almost 2K gold swing in favor of eLusiV. And it's just 17 minutes, but they may be getting ready to beat down on these tier 3s. And I'm not sure that a defense can be mounted. The Static Storm is already committed. Oops. Wave of Terror coming out, trying to slow things up. Tower damage is pretty hefty with that Luna Aura, helping them out with their right clicks. And Breathe Fire will reduce that damage a fair amount, but not enough to save this tier 3. They have Fortification available, want to save it for their racks, and now Ty pops his Mask of Madness. The Glade's going to be bouncing around, poking them a little bit. They need to be careful. Liquid Gas getting pretty low just from the Glade bounces. And I don't know if they can do anything about this. The Ignite coming out to slow them up. They have no way to engage. They pop Fortification. Puck going forward. Kills off Disruptor. A Banish coming out. A nice swap onto Gal. Gal getting very, very low. Luna turning his attention to Bench. Bench going to go down. Dominating spree. The stun onto Viper. Viper caught in that Malediction. Needs to be careful. Already a double kill for Ty. Looks like it's going to be a third. And now Invincible Omega, not so invincible, killed off by Ty. And that's 5 heroes dead. And at just 18 minutes, they claim a lane of racks. And it could turn into something more. A 14K gold lead at just 18 minutes. eLusiV executing flawlessly in this game. And I'm not sure if Hefflex can bounce back from this. Turn their attention to tier 4s. They can't get the mid racks. They pop the Bloodlust onto Luna. Luna just going to town on these tier 4s. However, it doesn't look like she's quite going to be able to get them, so they go for the filler buildings, the effigies, a little bit of bonus gold. Wave of Terror to slow them up. They're staying for some time. This could be their opportunity, that they overstay their welcome. Looks like they realize this and are trying to back off. And no initiation outside of the Venge swap until they get Blink Daggers or Shadow Blades means they're unable to punish. And eLusiV just outmaneuvering Hefflex in this game. Luna almost twice the net worth of the Hour of the Devour, and actually just about twice the net worth of the Viper as well. Dragon Knight poorer than the supports on the side of eLusiV. Things are looking very, very grim for them. It would take some really crazy plays for them to catch up into this game, or some serious misplays from eLusiV. And Ty finishing his butterfly now, going to be almost impossible to kill. 24 armor and that evasion, a lot of extra damage coming out as well. They may see him, but he saw them too. He needs to back off. He knows that he's strong, but knows that he can't 1v5. The Fire Blast going to come out. They get a defensive banish off, but it looks like it just strands somebody. Splugy in serious trouble. No Force Staff, no Blink, and he's just going to get shredded by Gal. And now the Dream Coil connects onto Base Fob. Base Fob pops the defensive banish, dodges that Ignite, but again, stranding himself. Venge with a swap available, does get it. Manages to try to buy time for him, but he's still low. The Orb coming forward, he's already low. Puck jumping forward, going after him. Fob still alive, pops his wand and lives for now, but Nicholas not so lucky. TCJ finds a killing spree, and Viper doing what he can. But the Eclipse popped. Viper invincible, gonna get seriously. Oh man, that hurts. Buyback immediately. They have buybacks on Dragon Knight, but he's up in 5. Buyback available on the Disruptor as well, but he's up before too long. Dragon Knight buying back. Not really the time to buy back. A little bit too late. And now the Vanish onto Invincible. Invincible just bought back. This could be a very quick dieback onto him. The Breathe Fire coming out the Sandy's up doing some damage to kill off Starboy. Stellar Scone getting low as well, but the right clicks and Razor too much. Base Bob just barely going to survive that and will slip away. Stellar Scone perhaps looking for some kind of kill, but not going to be able to find it. But now this mid-tier Tier 3 dead, and the Rack soon to follow. Liquid Gas doing anything he can, throws out a Magic Missile, but it's dodged, and now he's in serious trouble. The Maledicte coming out on him, the Orb, and he's going to go down. A monster kill for Ty. And this final bastion of hope will not stand for long. This last Tier 3 looks like it's mostly for a show now, as they're hanging out inside this base and waiting to kill it off. A creep wave has arrived there, but maybe they're just going to go for these Tier 4s. The Ancient getting hit. There's no fortification available, and this could just be GG at 21 minutes, and in fact it is called. eLusiV run away with this first game, and Hefflex just not able to get any footing in this game. The offlane Dragon Knight, I think that's really where the game fell apart. Putting that Dragon Knight in the offlane by himself against the tri-lane that he was against was an unfortunate choice. It didn't really work out for them. Their other lanes didn't go that badly. Viper actually beating Puck in the mid, and the bot lane OD keeping relatively even with the Razor, but unfortunately the way that top lane went allowed that Luna to just dictate the entire pace of the game. So congratulations to eLusiV on this first game victory, and we'll see if another game is coming up here in a minute, and I will be right back with that next game.